Hey everybody. So by now you've probably figured out that I'm pretty big on working on the command line all the time. I think it's something that's essential for every developer to do. And in addition to working on the command line, one thing that you just have to absolutely know how to do is use a command line text editor. Now there's lots of them out there. There's VI, there's Vim, Emacs, Nano, there's you name it. There's probably a command line text editor tool out there for you. Today we're going to be looking at VI, and the really nice thing about VI is that it lets you open up files quickly on the command line, but also it allows you to open up very large files on the command line. Typically when you're working with applications, looking at application logs, these files are going to range from megabytes, maybe perhaps even gigabytes. When a normal text editor opens one of those files, it has to bring it all into memory all at once. And so using something like VI is going to be able to just bring in little bits and pieces of it into memory at a time. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm in my current directory. We're actually going to go back to pset 3. If you recall on pset 3 in find, we had a generate method. And generate's real simple. We just give it a number and a number for an argument, and it's going to generate 3 random numbers. So in this case, I'm actually going to ask generate to generate about 15,000 random numbers, and I'm going to actually pipe it out to a file called temp.txt. Wow, that was pretty quick. Okay, great. Now we can open up temp.txt in gedit, but it's a little bit inconvenient. Gedit doesn't really gedit really doesn't like really does not like this file. It was still loading all that stuff in just a second ago. So yeah, gedit does not like this file, but we can in fact make it better by opening it up with VI. So all we have to do is type in VI or Vim and type in temp.txt. Okay, great. Now we have it open in the command line editor. And so some basic commands. The go-to line, if you want to type, you can just type in colon, and you can type in any line that you'd like to go to, like line 2, line 3, or line 50. Or if you want to go to the very end of the file, you can type in :G. Actually, I believe it's Shift G. Type in Shift G, and it'll take you down to line 15,000 right down here. We can type in :1 to get back up. Now, if you just want to page through the data, you can press Control F, and that's page forward. Control B is page backwards. Notice it increases by about 20 each time. That's how many we have on the page at the moment. So let's go back to line 1. Also, it's really easy to search inside of VI. All we have to do is hit /, and now we can type in anything we would like. Let's look for 6. It's going to highlight 6. We can just press N, and it's going to take us to the next space in the file that has a 6. And again, I typed in /. Let's look for 24. Enter. Now I can press N, and it's going to take me to the next spot in the file that has 24. So that's all pretty easy. So at the moment, we've just been using VI in read-only mode. You can also use VI to write text. And this is one part that can be really confusing for people about VI, but it's actually quite simple. So if you want to edit text on VI, simply press the I button, and you're going to get this message down here called insert. That means you're in insert mode. Press escape or Control C, and you are out of insert mode. So when you're in insert mode, you now have the ability to type whatever you want. And it works just like a normal keyboard. However, once we press escape or Control C, you'll notice that, oops, still not pressed. You'll notice that things aren't quite working the way they seemed to before. In fact, the reason for this is that you get a plethora of keyboard shortcuts by just having those keys open all the time. And in fact, this was actually created before the modern keyboard, before you actually had arrow keys to go up and down. So you can actually use the H, J, K, L keys, and they're known as the home row keys. And so if you type in L, it'll go left. If you type in H, it'll go right. Type in J, it'll go down. If you type in K, it'll go up. Again, it's L to the right, H to the left, J to go down, K to go up. And so some programmers actually prefer using just the home row keys because you never have to move your hand from those keys down to the arrow buttons. And that's being really efficient. So to wrap things up, okay, we've typed some text in, we've looked at our file. How do we either save or how do we exit? So now that we're not in insert mode, we can press I to go insert mode. If we press escape to get out of it, now we can start typing in commands down here at the bottom. And the command to exit is just Q. And the command to save is just W. And if we type in WQ, it's going to write and save. And that's our file. Again, it's just vi temp.txt. Exit, I just press colon Q. Done. Hope you enjoy VI. Thank you.